Hey, good morning. Renee, quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever look at your count for yesterday? Did you have like
Oh
18?
gosh.
Did
I
you
had
even?
about 18 or 19, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
There he is.
All right,
Hi, Chris. Good
uh,
morning. So I'm gonna make you a host, and then
yes.
you should have full capabilities.
Oh yes, you guys better watch out. If I got capabilities with the hosting, we're gonna watch some YouTube videos. Better watch out.
We actually had a training last week or the week before where our agent played a couple of videos at the beginning just to get it going. And then
Yeah.
we tried to post, we have a YouTube channel. So we usually record all our classes and put them on the YouTube channel. And YouTube said, nope, you guys can't put that one on because you borrowed a video from Pharrell and you can't use that video. So
What?
we just had to cut that part out at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Oh.
Okay, so I put some directions in the chat room already for people to know how to get to the materials inside of KW Connect. So that's in there, Chris, already. And I'm not going to be with you the whole hour. I will mute myself and stop my video. If holler if you need anything, but I've got a meeting with Mike and some other things I have to do. Do you need
Okay.
anything from me?
No, I'm good right now. I am
All right.
good. I am. I want to make sure you guys can at least see this screen. I can't. I can't get it to. If I widen it up anymore, the problem is it will show. I can't look at my other screen. So does this look
Yeah.
okay, or do you want me to open it up wider?
And people can make it wider on their screen too. They have
Okay.
that. So
So are you seeing just the Ignite? Are you seeing Ignite skills to spark a great career? Are you seeing that
yeah,
on the screen?
yeah, we're seeing a little bit of your side stuff too, but nothing major.
Yeah, the side stuff is just the scrolling of that. There's nothing
Okay.
special. So, but the problem is if I share the whole screen, then I lose my materials on my
Your
screen.
notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Um,
you were requested to do this topic
what?
because you're really good at it, and
Oh,
so
I don't
thank
know.
you
I
so
don't know who's
much
telling
for
you that. Someone's lying.
thank you so much for doing that, and I'm going to let you take it away.
Perfect. Well, tell Mike I said hello and
Okay.
enjoy. So, welcome
Thank
everybody. We're
you.
going to give everybody about one more minute. I'm just going to get a refresher on my coffee. Since we can't go to Hawaii, I'm just going to look at my wonderful Hawaii mug and cold coffee. So, I need to get some warm coffee. So, give yourself about 30 seconds. I'm going to get some more warm coffee. I'll be right back.
Sorry, are we supposed to be doing something right now?
No, I was just getting some fresh coffee. That was it. So, hi, this is Chris. Hello, everybody. Good morning. And welcome. I realize that I actually have 2 cups of coffee. I don't know how that happens. That ever happened to you guys where you walk all the way and go get coffee and you realize you left your mug in the other room? So you just pour yourself another cup with your existing cup and who cares? Or a new cup. So good morning. I see people coming on board. Hello. I see, so I feel like romper room, right? I see so-and-so and I see so-and-so. So good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I know that you guys can be muted or unmuted. That's okay if you want to talk, interrupt me, no problem. If you ask a question, it comes up on a little bar, but I need to actually be looking to see that that question comes in. So I apologize if it takes me a couple of minutes for me to be able to see that. But how is everybody today?
Good. Good.
Today we're going to be talking about lead generation. Oh my God, is that like the most awesomest subject ever in the whole entire world? All right. So again, let's get ourselves going. So today we're going to be talking about lead generation. My name is Chris Alston. I am a brand new agent. I don't know what I'm teaching. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
My name is Chris Alston. I am a 17 or 18-year veteran with Keller Williams Realty. Been in business about 25 years or so, and you're in my wonderful home office. And behind me are Legos. If anybody's wondering what's behind me, that's Legos. I have 3 kids. I got Legos back there and some other crap up there, and I don't know what else I have in here. But I right before the pandemic hit, I actually built out an office. I call like California Closets and said, hey, yo, build me out a whole bunch of crap. And I got desks and shelves. And then suddenly, and I work from the office, right? There's a big group of us. And then we got shut down to being at home. And it works perfect because I've got this whole entire office. You can see I got a desk. I got all this, space. And it works really, really well. But not everybody has that opportunity in order to have something like that. It's kind of crazy because the newest terms that we hear about in real estate are Zoom rooms. When we're showing property, people want Zoom rooms. And what's a Zoom room? It's a room that you can do Zoom calls like this. Now, a lot of people can have a background. I need some of you's got something like an area in New York City. Some people do a static picture of themselves. I would love to see you guys so I could see you making fun of me and making faces at me, but it's okay. Totally get it. But we're also, Zoom rooms is one thing. Another thing we're seeing people want is pools again. It's crazy because it was so hard for us to sell pools and now we're selling pools again. But again, my name is Chris Alston. I'm a Keller Williams University national instructor. I don't teach as much anymore. I'm a former Keller Williams team leader of 10 years. I retired from that about 7 years ago. I now run an expansion team with Keller Williams based out of Silicon Valley. We also have, I have about, 10 of us or so on the team here in Silicon Valley. And I have several agents in Roseville. So I'm also an agent in Roseville, and we have an expansion team in Roseville. Does that matter to anybody? No, it just means that if we're doing a good job one place, you just duplicate your team somewhere else and then they just do the same thing. So I spend, excuse me, I spend about a day or so in Roseville every week, training, coaching, and consulting the agents there. And here by the end of the year, I should be completely out of production. We're probably at about, 60 million or so in production is what our team is. But I helped write the original Ignite series. So a lot of the offices like for me to teach because a lot of this information was based upon our feedback from 10 or 12 or so years ago. So today we're going to talk about lead generation, which is the most important thing to me as an agent, because I'm an agent just like you. I buy, sell real estate. I know that I'll be out of production by the end of the year. It doesn't mean I don't lead generate. It just means I lead generate and someone else does the deal. But lead generation, as Gary Keller says, is the fuel to our economic engine. Nothing else matters but lead generation. Showing homes doesn't matter. I know it matters, yes, but showing homes, writing contracts, sure, that is the result of lead generation. But lead generation is more important than driving your car around, is previewing properties, sending out the card to your friends, researching anything. Whatever you do, lead generation is the most important thing. And when the market when the market's good and we're healthy and we're doing fantastic, we always say, well, I'm going to do lead generation for 2 hours a day, and then I'm going to be good, and then I don't need to lead generate anymore. Well, what's true and what's false about that statement? Does anybody have a truth or a falsity about that statement? Anybody?
Well, the truth about it is that if you have that mentality, you're likely going to lose momentum because you think you're at a cool spot. The market's doing well. You don't have to work as hard. When that's it's a complacency. It's dangerous. Sure.
Dennis, which office are you out of?
Soon to be Keller Williams here in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Well, good job. Well, we'll have coffee. Once you come on board Keller Williams, we'll have some KW coffee.
No coffee, but some Olipop.
Oh, there we go. All right. So the truth to it is, yes, we need to make sure that every day we do lead generation. 2 hours of lead generation is what we need to do every day. There's truth to that. Because what happens is I lead generate and then I make a lot of money. And then when I'm making money, I stop lead generating. And then I close the deals and I have no money. And then I make money and I don't make money. Then I do make money and I don't make money. Okay. But the truth, the falsity to that is don't just lead generate for 2 hours. think in your mind, I must lead generate till I achieve the desired result of what I'm trying to achieve by lead generating. So my lead generation means I need to get a deal. I need to get a buyer. I need to get a seller. I need to freaking get something. So don't just lead generate for 2 hours and then, okay, whew, I'm freaking done. I hated lead generation. I'm done. But if you didn't get any leads, then did you lead generate enough?
Right.
So if I have 8 hours a day, I might as well keep lead generating until I get what? A lead. If I go to work and I'm going to go work at Safeway and I'm a checker, whatever you call those people, Jake, the ones that can go really fast and the ones that go slow, I get paid for how many hours I check the crap, right? Now, if 2 hours after checking, I go, I'm cool. I don't want to check anymore. I'm just going to stand here. Would Safeway pay me just to stand there?
Oh.
No, Safeway's going to be like, what are you doing? Get to work. I'll be like, I already worked for 2 hours today. I don't need to work anymore. They're going to be like, you're crazy. So we have a real job. A real job is real estate. Real estate is real. And so we've got to consider, we've got to maintain that thought of, I must lead generate until I achieve a desired result. Because successful agents lead generate every day for buyers and sellers. Successful agents have our seller listing presentations and we get listings, and we make buyer presentations and get listings. And people say, what's a buyer listing? Well, that's a contract that says it'll only work for you. Sometimes we call them buyer broker agreements, buyer broker, whatever. It's just an agreement. We list sellers, so why don't we list buyers? But that's for a different presentation. And successful agents preview properties. Oh, but instructor, we can't preview because of COVID. BS. You can still preview because of COVID. You just fill out the sheet, the PEDS, you send it out and you go preview. It sucks because you got to do the PEDS and you got to wrap yourself up. So you're like, you know, hey, it's so hard because you're like this and you go, anyways, It's crazy how half the people out there are like, I don't wear masks. And the other half say, you better wear a mask. It is the craziest thing. You're just kind of like, don't even jump into that conversation because remember, it's not a blue thing. It's not a red thing. It's a green thing. We're here to make some money. All right. And just stay away from if someone's not doing it. All right. So, but a successful agent grows my business and we run our business. Running the business is compliance, vendor management, showing buyers houses, etc. That's running. But growing is so important to us as agents in order for us to have success and longevity. So today we're going to talk about lead generating for buyers and sellers. That's the most important thing. So when we think about this big picture is if I'm going to understand this lead generation model, and this is, I'm not sure if you can see my cursor, but the solo agent, well, first of all, don't define success with Keller Williams by being a team or expansion or individual. Your success is based upon what you think success is. And by you achieving your success is going to be what success would be. So don't think, oh my gosh, I got to be a team in order to do this. Or, oh my gosh, I got to be an expansion team to do this. No, you don't need to do that. As an individual agent, you could be just an individual agent and love it and be happy and not even worry about anything else. But a lead generation, a solo agent, they prospect and market yourself. That's what you do. You do prospect and marketing. You capture the lead. Now, from that lead, a lot of times people think, okay, well, what do I do? If I capture a lead, the person says, yeah, I want to buy a house, but not for a year. What do I do? Is that a good lead or is that a bad lead?
It's a good lead because they still want to buy.
It's a good lead because they still want to buy, but what if they don't want to buy for a year? Yeah, I'm not sure I want to put them in my car today, right? I mean, I don't know, because I probably should put, I mean, we don't put anybody in our car, figuratively speaking, right? I'm not sure I want to show them property because if they're not going to buy for a year, I may not want to show them property. But too often we get teased into showing a client property they're not going to buy for a year because it's probably the only client we have. And we're afraid if we don't show them property, they're going to go work with someone else. So we start showing them property over and over and over, and they don't want to buy for a year, and we're wasting all of our time. Now, the reason why we do that is sometimes because it's our only client. And we only have one client, and we only have one buyer, and that one buyer wants to look at property, so we go show them. The way to get out of that rut is go find 10 buyers. If you have 10 buyers, you don't want to show that one buyer who doesn't want to buy for a year. Or what do? What if the client says, I'm not pre-approved, but I want you to show me this house? What do you do?
No. Get them pre-approved.
Yeah,
Jordan, I hear you shaking your head saying no, and the rest, some of you I can't see, so I can't pick on you. But there is a point where, no, I don't want to show you property if you're not pre-approved, but it's a weird, just hear this thought. What if I still show you one property or just go out with you one time because I get a chance to be able to explain to you what pre-approval is, explain to you what buying and selling is. Try to find a way to connect with you in a way that no one else will, because no one's doing open houses. No one can door knock. No one can do anything. So those clients aren't meeting anybody anywhere. So if you have a chance to go and meet that client, make it purposeful. I'm going to talk about loans. I'm going to talk about pre-approvals. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to ask them for referrals for buyers or sellers. So maybe it's okay to show that client who's not pre-approved one time. But if they want to go out a second time, they can suck it. I ain't going to do that. No way. It's not wasting my time. So we're finding that it may actually be okay. On my team, we have 6-7 buyer's agents or so on our team. And I'm okay with the buyer's agents going and meeting with the client who's not pre-approved yet that one time, because you get a chance to connect with them in a way that you may not, because you don't get a chance to meet people as often as we used to.
Right.
And we have a full day of 8 hours in a day. If I meet with someone, it's an hour out of my day. That's it. There's no traffic anywhere. Anyway, I can get all the way across town with my eyes shut and not hit another car. I mean, at some points, I might spill my coffee, but you get the idea. It's not as hard right now. And I need to grow my database, which is most important, because not only am I growing my database, I need to grow the amount of clients I can talk to on a daily basis. So this lead generation model is prospect and marketing. Then I get my leads, my contacts, I cultivate them, and I try to create them into appointments, and et cetera. So let's go a little bit further. So we're going to talk about prospecting and marketing, which is going to be the most important aspect of what we're trying to do on a daily basis. So if I take a look at this, if I go back one to here, lead generation model is backed by research, and the research has been conducted by the second edition of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. If you guys haven't read it, you probably won't read it. So if you haven't read it, you should read it because it's important. People say, have I ever read the MREA book beginning to end? What do you guys think? No, I have not read it. However, each of the individual chapters have a class called the MREA Business Planning Clinic, MREA Systematizing Lead Generation, and so forth. And I've taught each of those portions dozens of times to thousands of agents. And so I know the book inside and out because I've read all the support modules, but I've never sat down and actually read the book beginning to end, but I've read all of the compendiums and support documents, et cetera. So I could quote almost every page of the book. But lead generation is made up of 3 phases: lead generation, database activities, and sales pipeline activities. And so what that means is at the top of the one is lead generation. Once I generate a lead, I then put them into my database. And when I put them into my database, I must prospect and market to them on a regular basis so that they don't forget about me. Because if my client forgets that I'm in real estate, it's not their fault. It's whose fault?
It's yours.
It's my fault. Why is it my fault? That's the correct answer, but why is it my fault?
You should be prospecting. You start prospecting. You got comfortable, complacent.
You didn't keep in touch with them.
May, what did you say, May?
You didn't keep in touch with them.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Like I didn't actually physically touch them? Because that's kind of strange. I'd be like, hey, how are you?
No. Like, you didn't call, no emails, no texts, no cards.
Oh my God, it sounds like a Taylor Swift. This sounds like a Taylor Swift song. You don't even call me anymore. As Boyz II Men, we don't even talk anymore. It's like that,
Yeah, exactly like that.
It's like you broke up with me. What's up?
Exactly.
If your client doesn't remember, or if a client chooses not to work with you, it's not their fault. It's your fault. All you agents, because we didn't do a good enough job to remind them that we're in real estate and for them to choose us when they think of real estate. And even if we remind them all the time, hey, I'm in real estate. 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 I'm in real estate. Maybe they don't like us or trust us yet because we haven't done enough to be able to earn their trust and respect. So it is up to us to continually remind them that we're in real estate so that they don't forget who we are, and they only will consider us when they're thinking of lead or considering buying and selling. So in lead generation, it is the life of an agent's business. It should never stop. Has anyone ever watched Star Trek? But not all the new fans, but the movie Star Trek with Chris Pine and all that, Star Trek 1. Raise your hand up high, but like wave at me if you've seen it. Okay. So Chris Pine is the captain of the Starship Enterprise. If I take away the captain of the Starship Enterprise, what else is he known for? But keep it clean. What else is he known for? he's known to go out with the girls, right? He's always talking to the
Right.
girls. He's always trying to meet with the girls. That's what
Mhm.
Captain Kirk does, right? He's just,
Mhm.
hey, how are you? So there are scenes in that movie where he's specifically talking to Spock about saving the world. Spock, we must save the world. And then a girl walks by and he stops and goes, hey, how you doing? I'm James T. Kirk. How are you? And then he goes back to continue talking about saving the
It's
world.
always lead generation.
He's always lead generating. I know it's a backwards way of saying it, but the fact is he's always lead generating in that movie. And so we as agents, we always must be lead generating, always be closing, always look for an opportunity. My an accountant the accountant I used came in from Alabama, Arkansas. I don't know. She moved out there. She came out. I picked her up. I dropped her off at her mom's house and we had lunch. And when we were sitting there talking, I was thinking, how can I lead generate? How can I try to make this a deal? So I looked at the mom who made us lunch and I said, so how much longer do you think are you going to stay here before you sell and move to Alabama with your daughter? She can be with your grandkids. Cause I'm ready to help you sell the property. And that made her go, she didn't know what to say, but it's like, I got to ask, right? I mean, I'm not a secret agent. This is my job. This is what I do. If I am, how many of your friends look at you and go, hey, that's Chris. He, he likes to run. That's what his thing is. He likes to run. Or do they think of Chris Olson, that real estate agent that likes to run? I can tell you almost all my friends know me as a real estate agent because I bug the crap out of them all the time. All the time. Because I'm always closing, always talking about lead generation. But you need to be purposeful and intentional in your lead generation, not just, hey, I need business. Are you buying or selling? Do you need business? No, because you look desperate. Do you think Captain Kirk would make any successes if he was being desperate? No, it's not going to work. Lead generation moves you closer to your goal and is part of your larger strategy. If you say to me, Chris, you sit down and you say, hey, I want to make $200,000 next year. Do you think I could create a pathway of how you could make $200,000 next year?
Yeah.
I can. I say, okay, what's your average purchase price? It's $500,000. What's your average commission? Of course, we know how to do math. Realtors can do math. 3% is 15,000. 2.5 is less. I go 15,000. I divide 200,000 by 15,000. It gives you an idea of how many transactions you need to close on a yearly basis. Okay, so now we got 20 deals or whatever. And then we start backing into seeing how many people you need to talk to on a daily basis to achieve that. And then I give it to you because real estate is an easy business. I'm not saying it's fun. Some of the stuff we have to do isn't necessarily fun. I don't necessarily like calling. Hi, it's Chris at Keller Williams. How are you? Just wanted to check in with you, see how you are. Oh, okay, thanks, bye. I didn't really lead generate, did I? I didn't. Hi, this is Chris with Keller Williams. I was just checking in on the searches that I was sending to you in regards to, oh, you're not ready to buy? Oh, okay. Well, call me when you are. No, that's passive. Oh, you're not ready to buy? Well, what needs to happen for you to be ready to buy? Well, I'm probably going to wait another year. Okay, I understand. What do you think is causing you to want to wait another year? Why don't I ask, right? I might as well ask. I mean, they can tell me to, well, F off.
And you're keeping them on the phone.
Right. And, well, why don't you F off? Okay, well, exactly. What do you mean by F off? Does that mean you're going to buy now or are you going to buy later? I don't know. Right? So I wish you would just die. Okay, well, what if I was able to come back to life? Would you be ready to buy or sell again? The point is, if they're going to be mean and rude to you, just laugh back. Don't get mad at them because you remember 1 out of every 100 is going to be mad at you. 2 out of every 100 is going to be irritated you call, but 97 probably will be not ready right now. But eventually they'll be ready. I want them to use me when they're ready. And so I got to keep talking to them. So how do you think agents perform at a high level? How if I want to be a top agent or I want to make my goals and my numbers, what do you think I do in order to maintain that high level? Like what am I doing in order to create high levels of income? What are some examples? What do you guys think? I'm gonna sip my coffee while you guys talk.
Like you're speaking on lead generating, keeping up with your leads, communication, positive communication, and purposeful communication.
Yeah.
Making it a part of your life. Like, lead generation should be just like breathing,
Sure. I think he's reading my notes. He was reading my notes. All right. Who else? What else? What about, as far as active lead generation, what do you think agents are doing to achieve high levels of success? What are they doing? Or is that too broad of a question?
Calling past clients and asking how they're doing and then seeing if they know of anyone who's thinking of buying or selling in the near future.
Okay, well, how many people have called someone yesterday, your past client, and asked how they're doing, if they have anybody that wants to buy or sell, or if they know of anybody? Who did? Who called someone yesterday? Raise your hand. I want to see it.
But
One did. Colleen did. Who'd you call? You said you called your mom? What'd you say?
I haven't had any clients yet, really, but I called some leads that I.
Okay. Where are you? Which office are you out of?
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. If you're out of my office, I'm so sorry, because I work upstairs and we're not at the office anymore. We're obviously home. Right. So, but you still made the calls, right? And did you ask them, are you thinking about buying or selling? And do you want to use me? And if you don't want to use me, who are you going to use? And I'm here and everything like that. Did you verbally vomit on them?
I didn't have to, but I only actually got in touch with one person. A lot of other people didn't pick up. So.
Oh, good. Did you leave a message?
Yes.
She probably was like this, and hung up, right? Like, oh my God.
Breath. I had mission breath.
Who else? Who else did something yesterday? Some sort of lead generation. What did you do? Raise your hand and tell me. Yeah. What did you do?
Mostly Op City, but I set a buyer appointment. They're about a year out, but I set an appointment for today because I figured it's a weekday. I can show them the property. And then basically he just needs a job. Their credit score is fine. The husband just needs a job and like 6 months of work experience, and then they'll be ready to buy. So I'm going to show them what they can buy in 6 months to a year from now, and then just keep checking in on them once a month after that.
Perfect. What office are you out of?
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Everyone's at Santa Cruz. Well, I see some people from my office here, but cool.
Hey, not everybody.
No, I can't see everybody. I'm trying to. Wait, I only see the pictures. Anyway, so all right.
I got the appointment for today. I called yesterday, and
okay.
I made an appointment today at 4 to show them home, which is contingent right now. They are closing in like 5 days, I think. But I'm gonna meet with them face to face, show them the house. I'm gonna tell in 5 days it's gonna be a new owner. Let's keep looking for you the next one. And I found them another one, but they don't know that.
Okay. Well, see, the whole point is that we put ourselves in productive action. Putting ourselves in productive action is going to give us the closest thing to success as we possibly can. If I sat and I watched Netflix and I don't know, whatever, binge watch some show, I didn't really do much. And we can kind of get ourselves into that, where if we don't work Monday, it's easy to not work Tuesday. And it's 9 o'clock. You should have done like 15 lead generation calls before 9 o'clock today, right? I'm just kidding. All right. So as we look a little bit further, in your participation guide on page 6, you'll find a list of prospecting and marketing activities you can refer to in the future. Lead generation is an ever-evolving list, and there's so many different methods that you can do, and there's no right or wrong way. As long as I am talking about real estate, and as long as I'm trying to get people to buy or sell or ask them, that's going to be the most important thing. So we have direct type of business, and indirect. Now, at the very beginning of your careers, and I know no idea of anybody's business levels, but if I'm at the very beginning of my career, I probably have a lot of time and not a lot of money. And if you're inherently wealthy, we should talk, because I want to hang out so you can buy me lunch. But if you, at the very beginning of your career, you don't have a lot of money, but you have a lot of time. And as you grow in your career and become more successful, you'll end up having a lot of money and no time. So time is easier at the beginning. Like me, regardless of the position, I don't have time. Every day is jam-packed with a million things that need to do. That's all it needs to do. Already this morning, my days are jam-packed, and I have lots of additional staff, full-time staff to take, and we're all just jammed. We're so jammed that we get frustrated with each other because we all are trying to argue who has a busier day. Long story short, there are passive and active forms of lead generation as well. Prospecting is proactive. It's direct, which means that if I ask enough people if they want to buy or sell, somebody's going to say yes. That is an active form of lead generation, where if I pick up the phone and call 100 people, someone's going to say yes. If I knock 100 doors, someone's going to say yes. If I do enough of X, somebody's going to say yes. Passive means I mail a bunch of crap out and I hope someone calls me. I'm going to advertise as much as I can, and I hope someone clicks. I'm going to post as much Facebook ads as I can. I'm going to hope someone comes through. So active is me doing something right now versus prospecting or marketing is more of, I'm going to cast the net and see if anything comes back to me. So how do you guys, are there stories of, give me an example of a prospecting and give me an example of a marketing? It could just be one sentence, not a big story, but give me some ideas. What is something that would be considered prospecting where I'm trying to get business right now?
Cold calling.
Cold calling, right. Hey, hi, this is Chris. I listed a house over on 123 Any Street. It listed 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, listed for $445,000. And when we put one on the market, usually 2 more want to sell. I was wondering if you are thinking about buying or selling. Now, okay, well, do you know someone that is thinking about buying or selling? I'd rather chew off my arm than talk to you. Well, that's fantastic. I have 2 arms, so I can still hold the phone with the other one. So are you, the point is, who cares what they say? Just keep them talking. Right. So if you get them past the 3rd question, they'll actually talk to you. Cold calling is good. Why? Because if you call enough people, someone will eventually say yes, but you're going to have to get through a lot of no's before you get to the yeses. Okay, what else? What's another form of prospecting?
Get involved with your community on some level. Other activities that you get connection with people, knowing more about them and their needs and personal interaction with them.
Like going to church and asking everybody, hey, putting your business card in the offering plate that goes by with attached a little $5 bill. Going to your kids' sports events and talking to everyone, hey, go get the ball. Yep, my name's Chris. I'm in real estate. Get the ball, get the ball. I mean, from my kids' baseball, I've gotten so many buys and sells from that. So the point is don't be afraid to, if you do spend time in the community, to make sure they know who you are and what you are. Like I sponsor Campbell Little League, and I coach Major League Baseball at Campbell Little League because my whole team does. Three of the members of our team coach the Campbell Little League majors because we get business out of it. And of course we like to take care of the kids, but it's only, it's a fun event. Marketing is more like sending out postcards, putting Facebook ads, et cetera, because we're not sure when people are going to come back. Now, how could I be prospecting based and marketing enhanced? How do I do that? What does that mean? If I'm going to be prospecting based, but marketing enhanced.
Supplement your prospecting with marketing. Marketing is much more budget heavy.
Okay, so how does that benefit me if I do that?
You're staying top of mind because if someone's talking to you on a cold call and they happen to be scrolling Facebook and see an ad you placed.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. So I'm on the phone with them. Hey, yo, what's up, dog? Hey, yo, I'm chilling. Hey, what's up? Yo, hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. And suddenly, hey, I'm seeing your face on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, you know that? Shoot. That could be it. But the other way, so that means that I'm talking to them. They see me on Facebook and that gives credibility to me in a serious note. Now, another way it could work is I have my database of my friends and family. I've stalked them all. I went on Facebook and I figured out where these people live. I took to the title company or Realist and figured out their home addresses. I went to my yearbook of my years of my classmates and photocopied each of the pages and tried to find the addresses of everybody I went to school with. And if there are girls I went to school with, sometimes ladies change their last name when they get married. Sometimes they don't, regardless of whether they do or don't. You got to go, well, maybe they have a new last name. So you try and cross-pollinate them from the friends they had on Facebook. If that don't find it that way, you can type in their first name and then go to Cupertino or whatever high school they went to, and then cycle through all the first names of the people that went to that school that said, and you may be able to find them by their picture and then cross-pollinate them by their new last name in order to find out where they live. If the ladies or gentlemen change their last name, that's a way to find it. Is that stalking? Oh, hell yeah, that's stalking. There is no shame to my game. I will find every possible reason to find a way in order to, my son's at my door. Hold on. I'll find every possible way. Hey, I'm teaching the class. I gotta go. Okay. I'll find every possible way. Let me just. My son wants to come and say hi to everybody. Hi, my middle boy. Hi. Okay, I gotta teach the class. I'll have fun at camp. Okay. So I'm gonna find every possible way that I can find the people. Now, as you get deeper into your database, you're trying to find additional people and additional addresses, and the way you can stalk a little further is you start looking at their pictures, and if they show pictures of their house or their neighborhood or their address or their numbers on their front of their house, you can start cross-pollinating to find, how can I find that address? Is it the same address? Use Google Map to search to see, is that the same place? Yep, same place. Because every day I must add people to my database. And don't ask for permission to add them to your database. Just Beg for forgiveness, and who cares? The first time you mail them crap, they'll be like, oh my God, why are they mailing me this crap? Second time, okay. Third, fourth, or fifth, or eighth, or 15th time, suddenly you become an expert and you still haven't sold anything, right? Now you're an expert because you've mailed them a bunch of crap. And then when you call them and say, hey, yo, it's Chris with Keller Williams, they're already getting your postcard. They're already getting your postcard, and they're happy that they got your postcard. And that's a bill. Does anybody want to pay that for me?
It's like you're priming them.
Yes. And then I now am valid, even though I may not have sold anything, but I mailed them a bunch of crap, and now I'm valid in their eyes because I've mailed them a bunch of stuff, and now I call them, and it makes prospecting easier because I've mailed them a bunch of crap. Now, I send out a mail. People ask, well, what is how's my marketing plan work? Yes, I send one postcard. I'm trying to see if I have a postcard on my desk somewhere. I don't think I do. I send one postcard a week or a month to the whole entire database. One postcard a month to the entire database. The second thing that I do is I send an email to the entire database once a week. We have 8,000, 7,000 database once a week. They get an email. They get a mailer once a month. I send out birthday cards, anniversary cards, and I call them every 3 months. Everyone's required to call every 3 months. And by doing that, we've created validity. Now, I may get 1 or 2 unsubscribes every week, but I don't care. How often do you get an email from Home Depot? Like every 3 days? And a lot of us don't delete them. We just we just delete them. We don't necessarily unsubscribe. Same thing with real estate. You'll eventually scroll through the people that'll unsubscribe, but the people that will be left will be good. All right. So as we go a little bit further into today's class, we're going to talk a little bit about our database. How does this database work? So we've got this database. Now, Gary Keller says if your database is just a pool of names and there's nothing else and all it is a glorified phone book. That's all it is. It's like your little black book. You're like, hey, I'm going to call this person today. What's up? That's all it is. But how do I make my phone book powerful? How do I make it worthwhile? What are some ways? And give me one sentence answers on how you think you can make your database actually be more beneficial. You're right. You're right. That's a correct answer. If I am consistently marketing and calling the people within my database in some form or fashion, then it becomes an active database. If it is just a depository of names and email addresses and phone numbers, it's just a phone book. But if I'm calling, if I'm sending regular emails, I have people on automatic searches, I have things like that, then it becomes an interactive database. So Gary Keller says, everybody in your database must be on a marketing plan. If they're not on a marketing plan, they're a lost contact in your database, and it will be really hard because what happens if you put someone in your database and never call them for a year? In 1 year, if you call them, it'll be a hard, cold call, won't it? You're going to be like, is Chris? Who? Chris. Who? Chris Alston from real estate. Who? I mean, it's just like they don't know who I am. They're not going to know anything about who I am. But if I'm mailing to them once a month, I'm emailing to them frequently. I've sent them a birthday card, an anniversary card, because I did stalk your Facebook and figured out when your anniversary is. I even sent you a happy divorce card. When I call you, you're going to know who I am. And you're going to be appreciative of the call because you can't be mean to me, right? Because I'm sending you a bunch of crap. You also, when you're searching Facebook, you're trying to troll everything you can and add it to your database. If the gentle woman says, oh my gosh, I'm having a baby in, 4 months, find their registry, buy some crap off their registry. It doesn't matter what you buy, just buy something because it mails the crap to them. And when you mail the crap to them, then they actually have to have a card and they have to tell you thank you. And you're a real estate agent and they got to tell you, thank you. And that buying a wedding gift or a new baby gift is one of the most powerful things because then they're almost have to use you as a real estate agent because they accepted your $30, case of diapers. So your database is a tool that centrally stores all your customer and prospect information, and it helps you nurture and manage your relationships in order to track the interactions you have with those people. Every time you talk to them, type the notes. Because I tell you, if you're only working with 3 or 4 clients, you'll know everything about the 3 or 4. Try when you're at 200, 300, 400 clients, you're not going to remember who these people are. You're not going to remember anybody. You will call someone yesterday and the name will come up on your database today. You'll be like, who's this person? Who's that? You open up, ooh, I talked to him yesterday. That's okay. It is okay to be in that position. It is okay to forget your clients. People laugh at me. They say, can't remember any of our clients. I think we have like 11, 12, 13 in escrow. I don't know anybody. They go, well, what's that property? We have that one in escrow? Who? Huh? I don't know. That's okay to be in it. Now, I'm in a different situation because we're an expansion team and other people control the situations. But it's okay to not remember. I have a really bad memory when it comes to that. So I have to type everything into the database. So if I talk to the client about something, they like sailing, they like long walks on the beach. It kind of sounds like a dating profile, right? They like this, they you can even search them on Facebook and find out that they like long walks on the beach. So when you have a conversation with them, you can be like, yeah, so yeah, things are going great today. I took a long walk on the beach today. Seeing if they'll respond to your long walk on a beach because you looked at their Facebook profile and stalked them and already know that they like long walks on the beach. I mean, we are in sales. That is our job. Our job is to sell to our clients, and our job is to connect with our clients every possible way we can. So stalk them. How do you stalk on the Facebook? We'll go deep into it and see their likes, what pages they've liked. They don't really do that much. If you need to find a birthday, sometimes you got to scroll down for like 5 minutes until you see.
Chris.
Wait, really quick. Scroll all the way down to the very end, because somebody has wished them a birthday probably like 7 years ago. And if they're introverted, they've taken their birthday off. But if you scroll far enough down on their profile, someone wished them a happy birthday so many years ago. And even if it's not the right date, you're still going to send them a birthday card that'll match somewhere around their birthday date. Okay, yo, what was the question? What you got?
Just a quick question. How much time would you spend on that investigative work?
All day long, every day. So like say, like I would grab one of your guys' names and I would look, I'd be talking on the phone to a boring client. I'd be over here on the other screen searching something about them. So, on the databases that we have every day, I'm trying to see who am I adding to my database and how much more information can I add, because that's our job. That's our job, right? Our job is to continually grow. If I have 100 people in my database this year and I do nothing to the database and I add nobody, I'll probably only have 90 people in my database next year, because 10 people will either die, marry a real estate agent, get their real estate license, move away, hate me, break up with me, start going out with me. I don't know, right? Something's going to happen where the amount of people in my database is going to decrease. So I must always be adding to my database every day. So I got to talk to people in my database. I got to add people to my database. And the best way to do it, again, is your yearbook, high school yearbook, your kids' soccer team, your church directory. Who cares where you get the names from? Just add them on, and don't ask for forgiveness and don't ask for permission. Just do it. What are they going to do? They don't know that your mailer's a farm, or if it's just a direct, yeah, I farm that neighborhood, even though you're the only mailer in that neighborhood. So, all right. Coming a little bit further. So when we talk a little bit about leads, so a lead in your database. So your database is a second segment of the lead generation model. Your lead generation efforts bring leads and contacts to the database. So every day, Ignite says I must talk to how many people per day? 10. I must talk to 10 people a day about real estate. So if I make 10 calls and I leave 9 messages and I don't leave a message on number 10, how many people did I talk to that day?
Can I have the question again, please?
Okay.
On my second cup of coffee, not enough.
Charlie Brown here. Come on now. If I called 10 people and I left 5 messages, hung up on 1, and never reached the other 3, how many people did I talk to that day?
1.
Oh, 0.
0. Yeah, whatever the number is, 0. So don't mistake every time I pick up the phone as I call. Okay, what if I called someone and I said, hello? And they say, don't ever call me again. And then they hang up. Did I talk to that person about real estate?
No.
No, why? Because they what?
Hung up on you.
They hung up on me. So you call them back in. Hi, it's Chris. I think the line got disconnected anyway. This is Chris with Keller Williams Realty. And they hang up on me again. I don't know what's wrong with this phone. It's hung up now twice on me, and I'm going to cry if you don't talk to me. Talking to people about real estate means I physically had a conversation about real estate. I talked about real estate. Are you thinking about buying or selling? Do you know anybody thinking about buying or selling? Whatever. That means I physically had the conversation with them. So Command automatically segments your database into 2 powerful categories, leads and contacts. So a lead is someone that is potentially thinking about buying or selling. A contact is someone that is just in your database. Because every day when I talk to someone, I want to be able to have them buy or sell, number 1. Number 2 is I want them to, so number 1 is I want them to want to buy or sell. Number 2 is refer me a buyer or seller. Or number 3 is just strengthen the relationship. So a client is someone who I'm just strengthening the relationship, if that makes sense. And a lead is someone who I possibly could get an additional business from. So as I build out my database, a lead on Command will have 19 attempts to connect. which means I'm calling them quarterly. I'm sending them emails. I'm newsletters, market reports. I'm trying to touch them because I'm trying to get them further along the line into a buying session. A contact is just someone that I'm consistently touching. Now, in the MREA book, I think it's like page 134. Not that I know the quotes of the pages of the MREA book. No, not me. It talks about mindset and the mindset of how often does a client think of you. Now, let's see. Someone raise their hand really quick, and I'm going to ask you a question. Raise your hand really quick. Someone raise their hand. Okay. I don't see your name. What was your name? You're raising your hand. Yes, you. Gray sweatshirt on. Gray shirt. Lady. I don't see your name.
Oh, lady.
Yes, you're holding your chest like this.
Oh, it's me.
Okay.
May.
Hi, May. How are you? Where was the last place you went on vacation, May?
Istanbul, Turkey.
Istanbul, Turkey. No way. Did you see the what's the big church there? Yes.
I
don't know. Okay, so you went to Turkey.
I did.
Yes,
yeah.
and it's
Sophia.
Yeah, Hagia Sophia. Okay, so now do you enjoy that trip to Turkey?
Well, I'm from Istanbul, so I go twice a year. I sometimes enjoy it because I see my family.
Okay, so I'm not sure why you didn't take me. I'm still a little upset about that, but still, you had a good time going, right?
Yeah, I did.
Now, and does it bring warm and fuzzy feelings in your innards of something about it was fun, right?
Yeah, of course. Food is amazing.
Okay, so 1 minute ago, were you thinking about that trip?
Yeah.
No, 1 minute ago. Were you thinking about the Turkey trip 1 minute ago? No.
No.
No, but
yeah.
Yeah, you weren't. She wasn't thinking about it, right, team? She wasn't thinking about her trip to Ismajil. She was thinking about me and how amazing I am. Now, but when I said, "Hey, do you remember the trip in Istanbul?" She remembered it and she smiled. You see the smile? I say, "Istanbul, smile. Turkey, smile." And she's smiling. So it's not that she forgot about the trip. It's just that she wasn't thinking about it. And it took me to remind her about the trip for her to remember about the Turkey trip. So no matter how good you are, no matter how amazing you are, your clients are forgetting about you every day. And it takes you to consistently remind them about you so they don't forget about you. It's not that they're forgetting about you. It's that some other trip is going to take precedence in her mind, which is like, if I don't talk to my client, another agent could come in and talk to my client more. And suddenly that agent is more important to the client than I am. So that's why it's important, because the MREA book says that in order to get a high percentage chance of your client to choose you, you must talk to them at least once every 17 days. If it goes longer than 17 days, then you're going to have a possibility of your client choosing somebody else if someone else is trying to come and talk to your client. So
I have a question over there about 17 days. That 17 days is personal connection, right? Those automatic emails or like postcards maybe, but like those auto emails doesn't count that.
It doesn't matter. That's the old MREA book, and it didn't have auto emails that were written into that because that book came out 15 years ago and auto emails didn't exist. Auto emails are good, but the point is you look like background noise. And the reason why I say that is they're getting auto emails from Zillow, from Redfin, from us, from whatever company.
That's
they're
what
getting
I
all
meant
of it.
to ask actually. So
what's that?
That's what I meant to ask.
Yeah. So if you do have auto emails, then make sure you do cut it with a phone call at least every month or two or so to make sure that you solidify that who it is that's sending those auto emails, which will make the auto emails powerful. But if you never talk to your client, the auto email isn't powerful because you're just background noise. You're just technology that's sending information out. All right. So in the managing your database, you have Command, and Command gives you a pretty good, view of what it is you need to do, because your goal is to add to the database. Every time you add a client to the database, you're going to tag them different things. And I know that Zach Younger and different members of the KW helps teach you a little bit better in regards to managing Command. I'm not an expert at the Command program, but any database you use is going to be powerful. But Command is amazing. Everything about it is amazing. So as you grow, your idea is to add the people into the database, make sure that you tag them correctly, because the tags are going to be important, because the tags are going to make sure they'll allow you, if I want to look at only one type of client, I can say I only want to look at my yellow clients, and the yellow clients are going to be all the people that are first-time home buyers, et cetera. So you could market just to that portion of the database. As you As you're managing your database, you have the ability to filter different ways in order to help you in gathering the data that you're looking for. You can create custom smart views with the clients, and with a custom smart view is allowing you to only see a certain subset, like we just said a second ago. And then you also have the ability of doing smart plans and interaction. So you can see what is going on in your database. Now, how many of you guys are using Command right now for your database? Just show me a show of hands. How many people are using it? Well, I would say that Command, okay, we got a few there. Command is something that is very powerful, and it's really, any database you use is going to be hard to figure out at the very beginning until you start using it. Use it a little bit every day until you become an expert at using it. A little bit, 5 minutes today, 6 minutes tomorrow, 7 minutes the next day until you become working it. Now, my database, my CRM, I use my CRM on a hourly basis. It's always up. I'm always on it. I'm always looking at opportunities. I'm always in my database almost every minute of every day. So when you are, when you have contacts in your database and you're having conversations, you want to make sure that you are, writing how long they want to sell, or, how soon do they want to sell? Where are they trying to go? What are they trying to do? You're trying to add as much information into the database as possible because that's your goal. Your goal is to grow your database. There's nothing more important than that when you're working on your database. When you're, the final segment of your database is your sales pipeline. At this point of the model, you've used prospecting and marketing to bring leads and contacts in the database. Now, as you have conversations and you deepen relationships, leads and contacts will raise their hands to do business with them. At the very beginning of your career, you've got to do a lot of active lead generation, which means I got to call and call and call and call and talk in order to find leads. But as you grow in your business, which will happen, there'll come a turning point eventually where your mailers and your emails and your so forth is going to create people who will call you and say, I want you to come help me sell my house. I want you to help me buy. But the only way you're going to get to that point is if I am doing active lead generation and passive lead generation all the time. As you cultivate your leads and contacts, your ultimate goal is to win the appointment that will launch them. The Shift book, I don't know where my Shift book is. Let's see. I think I have it right here on my desk somewhere. The Shift book, I have a special copy. Look at that. Oh, anyone have that one? I don't even know it. It's not even signed by Gary Keller, but it was something that came out a long time ago. They just to make more money. Hey, buy this hardbound Shift book, and it's amazing. Anyways, the Shift book says the most important thing as a real estate agent is I must get in front of the motivated. I must get in front of people that have the ability of saying, yes, I want to work with you, or no, I do not want to work with you. And if I'm not doing that, then what am I doing? Why am I not working every day? That means I must go on buyer's appointments to see if they want to work with me. I must try and get in front of sellers to see if they do want to sell with me. And you're going to fail sometimes. You're going to go on a listing appointment and you're not going to get the listing. It's just the way it is. There are times where I don't get the listing. Not that I'm anything special, but I don't get the listing. I go out there and then at the very end, I go, man, that frickin' sucked because I didn't practice. I didn't anything. I just thought I'd go out there and I get the deal, and then I don't. So we have to realize that my ultimate goal is to win an appointment, and I'm not necessarily sure that I'm going to win the appointment, but I got to be sure that I'm practiced and I'm ready for that appointment. As going to the next stage, so you have smart plans that are out there. If I put a client into the database, I must talk to them on a regular basis, and the system needs to tell me when to call or send automatic emails, etc. So under the smart plans, I have the ability to add contacts to different nurture programs where the system is going to automatically send information and remind me when I need to call. Is anyone here using any type of a smart drip plan for any of their clients? No, we're not. Now, it's so simple. You're putting your client in, you just attach them. All you're going to do is you're going to hit add contact, and then you add the contact to that, and that's it. And then now the system will automatically send your email or tell you when to call, because if you're not calling, guess what? Somebody else is calling. If you're not calling, somebody else is calling. So as we start thinking about our how our business is, we've got lead generation, I've got lead conversion, I've got prospecting, I've got marketing, I've got so many different aspects to growing my business and putting them into my database. Now, it's kind of hard when we teach online classes because it's more of just me talking, and I can't get you guys to interact. But I wanted to speed through a couple of things because I wanted to allow a little bit of an interactive portion of today. I'm going to go a little bit longer too. I mean, we have till 10, but I'm going to go about till 10:10 to allow you guys to ask questions that you specifically see, like I'm giving you a 1-sentence question, and I'll elaborate a little bit to make sure it'd be relevant to all of us. So everyone has a chance to ask a question. Raise your hand, and then I will call on you. Give me a question that you have and a thoughts in regards to lead generation and things that we are considering from today's class. Because everything else after this is just recapping what we've already been learning. So I wanted to kind of give you an idea. Somebody give me an idea. Someone gives an idea.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
So this is not about, it's part of lead generation, but the technology. I am scared of technology. You have been touching on commands, in how important command is. And I understand it is very important to use it and make it my life easier when I am lead generating. But I'm scared of it. Yes, we have millions of videos like 66 days challenge, other millions of videos. But what I was hoping to have is having a one person who really knows about command and taking me like maybe 2 or 3 other agents, having one-on-one meeting and making those smart plans, everything, rest of it.
Okay, so I'm not an expert on command, but I am sure that we have at our office, we have the ability, one of the offices, to set that up. So I would say reach out to the agent services or MCA or the DOFI at the office to see about setting that up, and maybe we can have that set up. So I don't have the answer for you on command. I'm so sorry, but I do have an answer for you a little bit on technology. The one thing about command is if you just give yourself 5 minutes a day to fool around in it and then get frustrated and leave, and tomorrow you do 5 minutes and then frustrated and get leave, over a week or two, you'll start seeing patterns and repetition, and it will get easier in time, but you have to jump in at some point. So just spending a couple of minutes. The other thing you could do is you could do what Gary Keller says is Gary in the box. You create a little 3x5 index card box, and you have those little tabs, and the tabs have 1 through 31 on it. And you take your client and you write notes about the client. And then if you need to talk to him again in 30 days, you put it forward in the box 30 days later. When the 30th of the month comes, you open it up and it says, I must call Joe today about this. Gary Keller created his business based upon this, which is just, if today's the 1st of the month and I need to call him in 2 weeks, he takes it from the 1st and puts it on day 20. And then when he opens up day 20, it has the name of the person and their phone number and says to call him. So if you want to be really low tech, that's the lowest tech KW command you could possibly have, which is just indexing. And if you don't know what that means, just go to Gary in the Box. I'm sure that there is a KW command class on Gary in the Box. Or you can put it on a tape. Anyone have cassette tapes? Look at that. I still kept cassette tape, but probably it's some mix, or that I made for someone. So the only thing I could say is, hey, I know technology can be hard. I get frustrated at technology too. But little baby steps allow us to become better at technology. Okay, who else got what's that?
That's doable to me, like, as you say, 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes a day. Okay, who else has got some? Raise your hand real quick and I'll call on you. Raise your hand and I'll call on you based on what you're wearing. Who else got a question? I'm going to call on people. I can see some of you. Who's got a comment or a question so we can talk about something? Come on, you guys got me for 14 more minutes.
I think it was really good how you said that you can have contacts, but they're just contacts. And so you need to do something to make them switch from just having contacts to, being more engaged and stuff like that.
Perfect. How do you pronounce your last name?
Charbonneau.
Charbonneau. All right. Fantastic. So which office are you out of?
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. So I could see all the surfboards behind you and the waves. And someone asked you, I'm from Santa Cruz. Oh, do you surf? So that's a good point is I have people in my database that are contacts who I've never bought or sold anything with them ever. And if I don't ever talk to them about real estate, they're always just going to remain contacts. And so I must find a way to bring up real estate in a way to create a conversation. Now, what I did was I just started mailing a bunch of crap to the people that I knew so that my passive marketing could announce that I'm in real estate before I actually did. So when I cyber stalked all the girls and boys that I went to school with and started mailing them a bunch of shit, they started recognizing that I was in real estate and I didn't have to say anything. Now, the second thing I did is I went to everybody in my Facebook world. So I would say, and if you guys all want to friend me, I'm Chris Alston, Alston. I'll be happy to befriend you and answer any questions offline. But I would go to Facebook and I'd say, hey, I'm in real estate now. You know, can I get your home address and your email address? Because I'd love to be able to send you my information. Now, with my close friends, I got responses to that, right? My close friends gave me their addresses and so forth. But I found the very beginning, I got a lot of responses. And the next bulk emails I sent that way, I got less and less of a response. So what I learned was I tack it into two things. Number one is if I can search them on the databasing system and find their address, I don't need to ask them, right? I'm only needing their email address. But if I can't, I'll say, hey, Joe, it's Chris. I'm just wanting to let you know I'm at Keller Williams and I'm a real estate agent. I'd love to get your contact information so I could send you my new contact info. And are you going to the church retreat this weekend? Are you going to the bar to get drunk this weekend? Are you going to Aki's to get swirls? Are we heading out? Now you're asking a personal question. You're asking for a response and a personal question. And then that increases the response rate where they'll give you something. Because they got to respond to your question about, are you going to get plastered this weekend and get drunk, right? So I'm responding like, hey, I haven't seen you since the last time, you were at, Alcoholics Anonymous. So are we still going? I mean, what's up? Like, can we get drinks and forget? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But you get that thought is I must respond. I'm asking for something, but I'm taking it personal. And that increased my response rate, which increased my database capture at a high level. Then at the end of every year, when I send out my Christmas cards, I send a Christmas card every year at the end of the year, first class postage, because then everything comes back. If anything is return mail, I'm getting it back. Does that make sense? So don't be afraid of where you know the person from, for wherever. It could be baseball, it could be church camp, it could be volunteering, it could be at the soup kitchen. It doesn't matter. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, by the way, Mary, I know I love doing this too. Yeah, here, thanks. Have a great day. I'm in real estate, right? Just keep asking everybody that you can about real estate and add them to your database. Okay, so good point. All right, we got a couple more. We got 11 more minutes. You guys got me for 11 more minutes. What other questions you got?
So when you didn't talk with them for a while, what do you say, Chris? This is Viviana.
Hi, Viviana. How are you?
Hi.
Haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. We don't see each other in the office any longer.
I know. I'm so sorry. It's been so busy, and I wish that I would be able to call you a little more often. But with everything that's going on, I find it taking a little bit longer to reach out because we're all working from home. So how are things going with you?
Good. Yeah.
Do you see how I just answered your question?
Yeah, I know.
So the hardest part, Viviana, about dealing with a client is if I call you today. So I call you today and I make a good contact and we have a good conversation and I say, okay, Viviana, well, I'll give you a call in about a month to check in to see how you're feeling. How does that sound? Are you seeing I know you're not ready to buy yet, but I'll probably just check in about a month to make sure your searches are okay and check in. Does that sound good? You say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then I call in a month. That's a pretty easy call, right? Because the database said, call her in a month. She wants to talk to you. Ask her about how real estate is going, blah, blah, blah. I call you. Hey, it's been a month. Hey, Vivian, it's Chris. I know I haven't, it's been about a month since the last time we talked. I know you were kind of waiting about real estate. I wanted to see has any of your plans changed? And you say, well, whatever. Okay. Mm-hmm. What happens if I don't call her in a month and I wait a year?
Yeah, she forgets about you.
She forgets about me. And is the call easier to make in 1 month or is the call easier to make in 12 months?
1 month.
In 1 month. Because when 12 months hits, is that a hard call to make?
Yeah.
She won't remember you.
She won't remember me. And I won't freaking want to call.
I know. Like, I'm nervous.
The database says that I should have called. And now it's a year later. I'm like, oh, shoot. I'll use that, but I use a different word. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm supposed to call her in a month and it's been 12 months. And then you just don't call and then you lose that lead in your database. So the biggest thing that you could do is just pick up the phone and call and close your eyes and squint and hope it goes to voicemail. I mean, pick up the phone and dial. Hey, Viviana, it's Chris Alston. How are you?
Fine. Who is this?
This is Chris Allstar. Also, I'm your real estate agent. How are you?
Fine. Do I know you?
Yeah. Remember we went on 3 dates and you stood me up?
No.
I'm just kidding. I would never say that. Well, no, I know it's been a while since we spoke. In fact, we were talking a while back in regards to buying a house, and we haven't talked in a while. I wanted to see if your plans are still in process of wanting to buy a house.
Oh, I already bought a house last month.
You did? Well, who's the jerk you used? I'm just kidding. Oh, you did? See, that's the point, is if I don't make the call and it's been a year, I'm going to lose them, because that's the call. That's the answer I'm going to get. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Where did you end up buying?
In Los Altos, a beautiful house.
For like 6.4 million, right? You went to the open house and you bought from the agent there?
Right.
So then what I do is I'd reverse search, find them in Los Altos, add them to my database, and try to connect with them. So in 5 or 7 years, I would end up being the seller. That's the problem that you have to think. The bad part about me not keeping in touch with my clients is that they're going to end up using somebody else. And it happens to all of us. All of us.
I know.
All right. What else you got? We've got 7 more minutes. I got two more questions you guys can ask me. You got
What do you use for the, do you use the CRM to know who you called, who you have to call next?
Yes, we should all be using KW Command. Yeah, KW Command, sure. KW Command is the one that we use. I'm just kidding. I don't use KW Command. I am on, I use my CRM, I use Boomtown, but I mean, we've been on that system, but KW Command's a gate one, and that's what would tell me what to do. I would log in the information and tell it to send information. I have to respond to a text. My team is asking me a question. I'll be on in 5. Whatever system you're using is a system that would work. KW Command is free. It comes with your KW membership. So I would say use that one. If you're not using that one, whatever one you use. Boomtown is expensive. I would love to use Command, but I'm just so integrated into one. We're training and learning Command to see if I can stop using what I am and go with a different program. But that's what I use for now. Okay, a couple more questions. 2 more. Go. And Vivian, you can always call me and ask me separate questions if you want. Okay, 2 more questions and then we go.
Just wanted to say.
Chris. Okay, I'll start with Elham, if I'm saying your name right, and then we'll end with the second one. Okay, go.
Just want to say, as a newer agent, what's some things that you can do to build trust and to build a solid, active database? I know I like that box idea that you brought up, but as a newer agent, like a newer face, how do you establish that trust with people?
Argue with people about politics on Facebook. I'm just kidding. Okay. How do you earn trust? Is people will know you, love you. People will start working with you if they can trust you. So that's the idea. How do I create this trust? If I consistently share with you that I'm in real estate and show you that I'm in real estate, people will start to gain trust, even if I've never done a deal before, but I present myself as being a real estate agent. Being a new agent is great because there's no negative. I mean, there's no bottom. I'm at the bottom. So all I have is to go up. So trust comes with consistently reminding them they're in real estate. So make sure you call and talk to everybody in your database. Tell them you're in real estate. Send them personal note cards. Like on my desk here at home, I've got, wonderful KW note cards that I've got ready to go that I mail out to everybody. If you ever talk to anyone, fill out a note card, mail it to them. People still like the mailing, even though it's probably filled with COVID inside the envelope, and I lick it and I put COVID on the envelope and I mail it. But the biggest thing you can do to create trust is just to project yourself as being an agent. And in time, people will then realize that you're an agent, because active lead generation, they don't know anything in your past, right? So the active lead generation, you're going to gain the trust by having confidence. But in time, trust is going to be built because you're going to be mailing to them, talking to them, emailing them. If you don't have any money, email once every, as often as you can to remind them that you're in real estate. So trust comes with repetition of reminding them that you're in real estate. If you only tell them once you're in real estate, they're going to forget that you're in real estate and they're not going to have any trust in you. So feel free to email me if you have any other further questions. I'm more than happy to get it. You can talk to your team leader who will get you all my information. Okay, last question, the gentleman in the hat, and then I got to go. What do you got?
Oh, me?
Yep.
Okay, have you used Prospect Now?
No, but at Prospect Now, I don't know. I don't know anything about Prospect Now.
All right. Fair enough.
But the whole point is lead generation is going to be a very powerful source of business for you. Let me rephrase it. Lead generation, if you do it right, can give you results today. Don't stop lead generating until you achieve your desired result, and focus on what numbers you need to achieve, not the amount of time you spend in lead generation. So again, my name is Chris Alston. I am a agent at the Silicon Valley office. Things to remember. Let's see if there's anything else. Make sure you talk to 10 people a day, have 10 conversations a day, add people to your database. There are some scripts that are in your book, and make sure that you move forward with talking to people in your database. Again, I'm Chris Keller-Williams, Silicon Valley, an expansion team. We also have for Roseville. So if anybody has any Sacramento referrals, please feel free to send them my way, and I'll get them taken care of and get your referral fee. All right, everybody. Oh, I see your wonderful team leader is here. Your team leader, Santa Cruz. Hello, let's finish it up.
No, I'm not Santa Cruz.
Oh my gosh, South San Jose. I'm sorry.
Gateway.
I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you, sir.
I
No worries. I do live in Santa Cruz, so fair enough.
Oh, you live in Santa Cruz? So
I do.
Well, a lot of the people in the class that I met were from Santa Cruz. And so I was saying a lot of, for those of us in the Santa Cruz office, if we don't know, this is our wonderful team leader in our San Jose Gateway office, and she is amazing. So if you have anybody that is working on this side of the hill, please refer them to her, because let's get them into KW and put them in your downline.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chris, so much for today. I appreciate it.
Okay, everybody. I'll see everybody later.
Bye. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.